Welcome to AOL. Welcome to AOL Underground.
Would you please state your handle and the years you were active on AOL?
Yeah, my name is Spaz on AOL. I also went by Leo at first, but Spaz was like where I ended up at. I probably started in 1990, I would say 1999, and AOL 4 until I can't even remember when, like the last 2004, 2005, I would say.
Nice. When did you first get a computer?
So I got a computer a little bit before that, and I don't know if anybody remembers AT&T service. It was an AT&T service, but my dad contacted this guy to bring us a computer so I can start doing more computer stuff, because this guy told my dad that computer were the future. And after my dad told me not to do what I was not supposed to do on the computer from the get-go. He's like, don't touch stuff that you're not supposed to touch. But the guy right there in front of us told us, no, you need him to explore. Everything's fixable. Explore. Do whatever you got to do. My dad goes, okay. And from then on, it was just, I just enjoyed going on the computer and doing stuff. I wasn't on AOL for a while before that, though. I didn't care much about the computer at first. It's until I got the AT&T service that I started going more on the internet, and I got a hold of AOL CD. And
So you got the dial-up? Was it dial-up internet or was it just regular modem?
oh yeah, it was definitely dial-up. It was 36. Was it 36? I don't even remember the dial-up back then. What is it? 36?
There's 28.8 and 56K. There might have been something in between 28.8 56. I forget. But you said AT&T.
Yeah, it was AT&T service. It was just to get into AOL, I had to go TCP IP connected. So I had another service going on while I was on AOL at the same time.
Oh, okay. That sounds like DSL or something maybe. Did you find the CD in a store, or how did you
No, I
get it?
got the CD in the mail. My mom said, "Okay, let's switch to AOL," and we switched. It was 100. I don't even know how many hours for free or something like that. I never knew about the master accounts and then sub accounts after that for a longest time. I was on my mom's screen name the whole time, and they put the computer in my room. So
Dude, you're on your mom's screening. That's hilarious. So wait, so were you just cruising public chat rooms or what?
I was public chat rooms at first. It was everything normal, and I started learning this word ASL, and I didn't know what it was. I asked about it, and it was just all that. Until one day, I came across a profile of, and it was Tau 2K, BMB, and all them. They owned a whole bunch of 3 characters. And these profiles were all I would look at profiles on AOL, and it was just them. I would scroll through any 3 character I would go on, they had a tag on the profile. And I was like, that's cool. How do they get that? And I started trying to figure out how do I get there? What do I do? So from those chat rooms, Alabama chat room and Florida chat room, trying to figure out if girls would come and talk to me online, it led to me starting to go to, I guess, private chat rooms, the AOL scene private chat rooms.
Nice. So I assume somebody just told you about one of the private chat rooms.
Yeah, I started asking around when I saw, I did see people scrolling and stuff on ASL. I was like, at first I thought it was annoying. And then I was like, why how these people are scrolling? And I started scrolling, I would get kicked off. And I was like, well, why am I getting kicked off and they're not? I would go back to that chat room and boom, I didn't know how that was happening. And so I started figuring out, asking. I was never the person that kind of begged. Once you start asking people, they're like, oh, stop begging. Why are you begging? But I wasn't really begging. I was just asking to find out what was next, how to get there. And yes, I did find out about the chat rooms. I started going to chat rooms. I think my first chat room was PR. PR? Could it be PR? PR1, PR2. And I wanted to be cool. I wasn't cool. I wanted to be what everybody else was.
Yeah, I don't know if I've heard of PR, but okay, so you went to the private chat rooms and what happened there?
Private chat rooms, I started seeing a whole bunch of words, screen names were words, and I was like, how do these people get words? Is that possible? I was like, how do I get my own name? And somebody told me, I don't remember how it came up. Somebody told me you can make your own username under your account that you have. I'm like, what? So my first screen was Spaz, why Spaz? And then from then on, it was just I wanted to find out more of how to get just one name, and I couldn't. It was impossible. So my idea was start scamming. I started scamming people to try to get some stuff, and I got a hold of somebody that gave me a CC, and I created my own master account, which I thought was cool. That was fun for me. I don't know. And from one credit card, I started making my own account, and it went to another account, and I started creating names under my own master account, and I never used my mom's after that again.
Wait, but why did you need an account, like your own master account? Why couldn't you just use a sub account in your mom's?
Because I figured I wasn't doing something right, and people were giving away credit cards. I knew it was something wrong eventually, but I wanted to try it. I wanted to see why it was, and from that credit card, I heard some people carding stuff, different credit cards, obviously, to abandoned houses and stuff. Like that was the thing. My first card got sent into my uncle's house because I didn't know. It was the dumbest thing. I'm telling you, I was being dumb. I sent it to my uncle's house because I didn't want to send it to my house because I told my uncle, I was like, if this gets there, you don't know how it got there. I knew it was, like, again, I knew it was,
It fell off a truck.
yeah, I don't know. I did the Girls Gone Wild CDs, and I sent it to my uncle's house, and from that I got a camera I sent to his house, and it was stupid things, and nothing ever happened. Luckily, nothing ever happened. And then from that carding, I wanted to make money off of it. How did I make money? I was like, how do I make money? And there was a lot of affiliates. Affiliates, like, you can go to, like, I don't know if we're allowed to say it, but like porn accounts. You would sign up to that, and you can actually, once you signed up, you get $30 affiliate, for signing up. And I thought, you know what? Why am I carding stuff to my house? I should be carding my own affiliate accounts. I had a friend that was involved in that as well. Ecto. Um, it was a school friend, and we were just all involved into doing that. He would drive, and I would sit in the passenger seat with a computer that I had, and we would go through different, try to find free Wi-Fi and card my own affiliates, and I would receive checks at home. I thought that was so cool of me doing that. That's how I made my money, until my dad got a check in the mail, and my dad goes, "Where is this coming from? How are you receiving these checks?" And it said something network.
How are you making more than me?
Seriously. And I sat him down, and I told him. He's like, "I don't want you doing this ever again." I'm like, okay.
So you sent it to your uncles?
I sent it to to Ecto's house. I sent it to Ecto's house,
That's hilarious.
and that's how they never found out again. I was making my money out of that, and then we kind of stopped that because we heard of people going to jail and all that, and we're like, you know what, we don't want to do this anymore. We were trying to be risky, but at the same time, and then I kept wanting to be cool in the scene. I still wanted to make money. We still wanted to make money, so we started. We created. I heard somebody talking about the AOL fish site, the Kiss, AOL Kiss, and we got that, and we didn't use it for that, but I used the same template to make a Facebook. It was a MySpace phishing site. The coolest thing I got was myspace.com/spaz, and I was like, oh, it was a band, and I sold it. I sold it on eBay to somebody,
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
and I got a couple hundred for it. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna start selling these. But then these accounts would get taken back and all that by the owners, and
Wait, you mean like fish them?
I would fish them. Yeah, I would sell them and fish them and sell them. And I got the money. They would take it back, but I thought it was cool. And then I would ask people in the chat room. I was like, what name do you want on Facebook? And I would get it, and I would do whatever I wanted. Like that was I thought I was cool doing that. I guess it was not that cool, but
So was there like angry people that bought it and then it got got taken back, or you were long gone by then?
I would trade it for screen names as well sometimes here and there, and I would keep the name. There was nothing I can do about it. That was a fun time for me.
Yeah, no, yeah, there reminds me. There's with all the extortion and stuff that's going on with on Twitter accounts and stuff. How much were you selling it for?
It depends. It depends how many friends and people I had because they were using it to advertiser their sites to go and get affiliate like accounts. They were making money off of it too, so they would pay whatever. I think my most account that I sold, I don't know how many thousands of friends they had or whatever. I think I made $400, $400 off of it, which was a lot to us. But I mean, I guess
Nice. Oh wait, so you'd sell it to some people, then they would use all the followers, like they would. It's kind of like when someone's account gets taken over. Like I think like Elon Musk's account was taken over, and they did the whole Bitcoin scam. Like however much you send me, I'll send you back double or whatever. Just like send it to all his little followers.
I didn't know how people were making money off of these things. I mean, I think ClickBank was a big thing back then. ClickBank, people say it still works. I don't think it works, but I don't know. Maybe it does. But I knew people were making money as doing something else, advertising on these MySpace accounts and sending mass messages, DMs, whatever. And when you get a DM from somebody that's a popular person, are you gonna open it?
Yeah, right. Of course you are. When I first time I heard DM, I'm like, what the hell is a DM? And then once I found out, I hated saying it. I'm finally used to saying DM, but like it's always been IM to me. I don't know.
I am is always the word. DM was never. And then yeah, no DM. I still to this day don't even use that word. I don't.
Where'd you get the credit cards from?
Well, I used to. I didn't. I wasn't. I didn't scam those. I used to get like files like of people that didn't use them, or they would use it to make screen names like nuns, and I would use it for something different. I would use it for my own thing because I didn't need to make an AOL account. I was happy with what I had for a while until I started scamming people, and so it started at the end. I think at the end I was not interested in money anymore making because I started working. I got out of school and I started working and all that, and I made my own money. I paid for my own car and this and that. But then I was getting involved into conference rooms. I was in conference rooms with a few people that I would be on every single day. And I learned how to social engineer, calling AOL and telling them that I'm calling from Dulles, Virginia, blah, 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 this and that. And getting people to change the passwords and getting on whatever name I wanted and trading it because I knew it was going to get taken maybe, but trading it for other three characters, elite names, whatever, it was just fun for me. And from that, I learned how to do my own social engineering at Earthlink and Hotmail. And I even have screenshots of that still. I found them. They were sending me screenshots because I was like, oh, let me see what your screen looks like. They were sending me screenshots of what their screen looked like so I would learn it and tell them what to click on and everything. You think social engineering still works today?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's competitions and stuff like a black hat.
That's crazy.
You should do it, man. They'll pick a company and there's a certain number of flags they have to get. They have to find out like what antivirus they're running, what version it is, like what version of Windows they're running, and you get flags and it's like how fast can you get them, and you just like call random people like your targets and stuff.
That's crazy. The reason I got to social engineering Hotmail and Earthlink because there were screen names connected to them.
Oh, like a reset email or something.
Yeah, I would reset the screen name, and the email would. Yeah, exactly. So I would try to get in, reset the screen name, keep the screen name, or change the email on it and keep them because nobody was doing that. Everybody just wanted to go into an account.
In that case, I'm wondering, would they get taken back or not?
No, I would take that because those screen names were usually AIMs. They were AIMs. They weren't AOL. I don't remember. I probably maybe if they were really important screen names or screen names that I really wanted, I probably AOL them and nobody can get it back unless it was mine.
I mean, AIM screen names are free, so just like you can call AOL and be like, "I want my AIM screen name back." It's like you changed your email, dude. Like we're not even gonna talk to you, right?
They wouldn't do anything about that. That's not their problem anymore. Once that email got changed and the password got changed, that's it. It's yours. That's how I used to scam people for three characters and stuff. You would go and change the email as soon as you could. If you got if the email was same password as the AIM, some people did it back in the day. You would just log into both and be gone. Take it. It was yours.
So how'd you figure out what email address was associated with the account?
So that I remember that too. So I did have a script that it would send all these emails. I could do it manually. I could send through an AOL account. I can send an email to whatever screen name I wanted, right? And it would come back as in,
It's like like a relay or something. So you like there's a way to email this screen name. So screen name at something like aim.email.com or something, I don't know, whatever. And then in the reply, you can see the
and
relay
they would
rules or something.
reply, yes, and it would reply telling me the email that it was under. I don't remember. Now I'm interested to know and find out how I did that.
It might have been like in the email headers or something.
Maybe. I don't remember. I wish I knew. I want to look into that further.
Okay, did you try to crack them at all, or was it just social engineering?
No, cracking. I did some cracking. I never really. I did. I used to leave because the computer was in my room. I would crack day and night and never got anything interesting. The passwords of fishes. I had a whole bunch of fish accounts. Red123 were the passwords. Password one. I mean, I did get a lot of fish, but nothing ever leaked. Nothing ever. I went into an overhead one time, got kicked out, never been able to get on it again. An overhead, and I did get into a leader, LSDR, something like that. And but never, nothing ever crazy like that. It was mostly about making money. Yeah, I don't know.
So let's go back. Let's go back to your boy Ecto. And so why did you guys decide that you would go to different Wi-Fi hotspots? Did you think like the cops would be like waiting at one because you used too many credit cards there or something, or what?
The IP didn't change when you had DSL, and we were scared that we would get caught. Like, we're using other people's credit cards. It worried us. So we thought, let's just go make money by going to different Wi-Fi's, open Wi-Fi's. We didn't have to crack any Wi-Fi's because nobody used passwords back then. And we would just go on the road. If I saw Wi-Fi 2 doors down my house, I would do it. But I wouldn't use it anymore. We would just go to other neighborhoods later on. Like, it wasn't we just used that twice or three times because it would be known. We thought in our heads we could still get caught. So we would just go to different houses in the car, log in. Sometimes it would be super slow, and we just did that. Just card our own affiliate accounts and make our own $30 or whatever.
Did the affiliates ever get mad at you guys? Like, hey, like you just signed up with a bunch of like.
They never said anything to us. We went months doing this. No, nothing. It was I did search it a few years back. I did search the affiliate. I think it was something gold, a gold network or something like that. It was gone. They didn't have it anymore. And I used to go and get the same username and password that I kept. I used to go and sell them at school for like one time. I had like 20 pages of like accounts. I would just sell them, give them to my best friends. I would just be like, here's all these accounts. And they thought I was like, it's still to this day. If I saw them, they would be like, dude, remember that day when you give us all those pages of accounts? And I was like, where did those go? Oh man, the whole school had it. I was like, what? And me and Ecto just laughed about it.
You must have been like the hero, dude.
I was, I I was more popular, not popular in that, and I wasn't a popular kid at school, but I was more popular there than AOL scene, I guess I can say, because I never wanted to get in trouble in AOL. I never wanted to I was scared of getting in trouble. I knew what after I heard the camo thing and the Paris Hilton thing and all this and that kind of freaked me out. People were going to jail, even though it was dumb, but I didn't want to go to jail.
You were talking about the conference rooms. Is that where you heard about like what happened, or like when you were in the conference rooms before, like all that went down, or?
No, actually, I used to hang out in the conference room. I don't know if people remember VIP Scott. Used to be on there. A few girls used to be on there. Scott was. I think that kid was a genius in social engineering. I don't know if he's not doing social engineering now. I don't know. He lived in Cali, and he taught me a lot how to social engineer. I didn't hear about the whole situation with Paris on there. It was just online. We heard it, camo this, camo that. I would hear about camo all the time. Camel made an app about how to get 3 characters and this and that. The only thing I learned really in conference was social engineering, and then people were getting on LexisNexis.
Well, from a security, a professional security perspective, I know what LexisNexis does. Um,
Okay.
I'm curious what you guys use in LexisNexis for back then.
Well, I didn't use it. I heard people were using it. I did ask people for info on stuff. They would get it for me, but I never used it myself. I didn't have access to it. I had people that had access, and they would dox people. It was so crazy. They would dox, find out everybody's info. That's crazy. I thought it was nuts. I thought it was like, dude, how did these people get this? This has to be social engineering. Like, or maybe I don't know. Maybe they had like access to it. Like they got into Merlin. They had access to it through, through IP. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they had or like a bot in there. I don't know.
Well, Merlin was like an internal AOL system. LexisNexis is a separate company. It's possible AOL had a connection to LexisNexis. They could look up stuff. Maybe that was it, or maybe they had a direct connection to LexisNexis. I guess for the audience, if you don't know what LexisNexis is, if you've ever been on a website and it really wants to verify your identity, it might ask you, it might give you 4 options and say like, what was the first model car that you drove? And you'd have to like pick your first car. Or like, did you live at any of these addresses? And they give you 4 addresses. So LexisNexis knows all that information, and they know everything. They know like all your credit history and the first model of your car, all your addresses, and so you could certainly dox somebody by having access to that. So with the conference rooms, would you guys perform social engineering while everyone was on the line, or what happened?
Yeah, it was social engineering with everybody online. I remember one person would be calling, the other person would be trying to log in at the same time, changing everything that you wanted to change on it, getting on, logging in, doing the login, changing the password. If it was like usually elite, as far as I remember, elite like usernames, screen names, whatever. Screen names were usually like somebody that worked for AOL had them. Like if you wanted to get Leo, I think that was an employee of AOL that used to use that. Because I remember somebody got me Leo and Spaz one time, and I thought it was so cool, but I only logged in and logged back out. But yeah, somebody used to call, somebody used to log in at the same time, and then keep asking through text, through IM, keep messaging the person, telling them pull this name, oh, pull this one, until the lady or the guy would be like, all right, hang up on you, or nothing would happen. It would take 3 or 4 or 5 tries, sometimes, but sometimes you get it right away. Like at 3 o'clock in the morning, you would get on because we knew it wasn't going to the United States; it was going somewhere else, India. It wasn't always here, so we knew what times, where to get to. Sometimes you would call Australia. It was certain times that we would do it. It was fun.
So you got an AOL, you went to the public rooms, found out about the private rooms, and then immediately started sending stuff to your uncle's house. Found the affiliate things, created some MySpace phishing sites for that, and started social engineering with like Earthlink and Hotmail, and then also I guess with everyone in the conference rooms. What else do you remember from back then?
I'm sorry, I'm going all over. I'm just doing what I remember. Um, I mean, this is off the AOL scene, but like social engineering was so getting easier for me. So we got mad. Me and Ecto, we got mad at this girl from school. We shut off her AT&T Singular cell phone line through social engineering one time, and her mom was pissed. We kind of knew the girl, but we didn't. But we were pissed at her. Something happened at school, and I think we were pranking her at first, and she was really a bitch about it. We're like, you know what? Let's just let's turn off her phone line. And we thought we were cool by doing that. We turned off her phone line. We knew we could turn off water lines, power. We did all that. Nothing crazy. We didn't go that crazy, but I do remember Singular, her family phone line getting cut off. I do remember that. That was cool.
Wow, so you guys were trolling people at school, and their reaction wasn't up to your standards.
Dude, we were called. I mean, me myself. First I was called Script Kitty, but then I got cool when I started. I thought I was cool getting MySpace accounts and this and that, and I still own I think I still own myspace.com/FDO. I thought I F as in Frank, DO, yeah. And I actually went on that not too long ago, but it's so like you can't even see pictures on there anymore. Some of the pictures are gone. Like it's so slow. Like it's terrible.
That's fun. So speaking of FDO, did you ever get into any FDO programming or anything?
Not programming. No. I used everybody else's stuff. Like I did. If I remember correctly, the AOL star that you can clone your AOL. Was that a token or was that FDO?
Well, so there was the AOL master tools that have the little star in
Master
the menu
tools. Yeah,
bar.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. And then you can use FDOs and tokens off that. That's right. I had the options for it. I did use a few of them to get into certain things, but nothing. I don't even remember. That was. I wasn't that. I wasn't that smart.
So who do you remember from back then? I know in the beginning you mentioned like well, so you saw Tao and BNB. Did you ever get to talk to them online or?
Tao, I did get to talk to him one time, a long time ago. B&B, I did see him one time, but I think they were gone. I think they were older than us. I think they were much older than us. But no, I, I did a few years later when they did a screen name dump. I did. I don't know why. I decided to take that username. I take that screen name, Tao2K. I changed the password on it. I have the aim. That I mean, I wasn't that like popular on that. I was known as the good kid, as the goody good. I did get doxxed one time. I got scared. I got freaked out. Somebody had my all my info and sent it to me through IM, and I was like, "How did you get this? Like that's crazy."
Did he prank you and not like your response, and so then he doxed you?
It wasn't like that. I didn't even steal anything from this guy. Nothing. I don't remember who it was, man. I wish I remember.
But do you know why?
I think he was just trying to scare me. He thought he was cool and he doxed me. I know another thing here. Like I used to work in a hotel, and I would be on. It was a motel that I used to work at when I was younger. At the end of AOL, and that's where I did all my conference calls and all that. I do remember one time, um, the fire department came to the hotel and nothing was going on. And I think somebody sent that. Somebody sent me that while I was on conference. And I was freaking out about that. Like I said, I was not the smartest kid. I was not. I could go and fix an HTML account, an HTML page. I can fix PHP. I can fix Java. I can never make my own code. I thought it was always cool people doing VB stuff. Then after that, people were doing C++ stuff, but I was never that smart. I was never that smart with programming.
But it sounds like you had the touch for social engineering.
I did have it. It was fun, man. Like I guess my family thought I was the smartest kid on computers, and I always was the person that fixed everybody's computer in our family. Until this day, they still ask me how to do stuff on computer. It did brought me up like now, like I do web design.
Like front end web design?
Yeah, front end web design, nothing back end. That's just too crazy. Like I said, I don't program. I do use a lot of graphic designers because I'm not a good graphic designer either. But it did teach me how to use a computer a lot better. It did teach me what to do, what not to do these days. I think if you told me to do this now, I would never do it again. Use somebody else's credit card. I did do some crazy stuff after all this, not even AOL scene that led me with credit cards that led me to do some stupid things that I probably wouldn't do again. So I was working for this restaurant, and this restaurant didn't have any restrictions when somebody tipped you. Usually, corporate restaurants, when you do tip, if it's more than 25% of the check, it asks you for a manager approval. Well, I learned that this restaurant didn't have that approval. So what I used to do is go get a vanilla gift card, put $20 on it, spend $15 on whatever I wanted, left $5 on it. I would go to the restaurant where I was working at. I would order myself like a drink, $3.50 drink, and tip myself $100. because on the gift card it wouldn't show until 3 days later, but I got paid that night, and that money would come in like at first I started with $10, $20 tip, and then I started, pushing it more with another gift card. I started pushing it with another gift card. So I wouldn't be losing anything on it. And I had literally I made a lot of money. I got fired for that though, because they said, oh, blah, blah, the banks are asking for this money back and this and that. The restaurant did it. The gift card, I logged into a gift card not to back in the day. I logged in. It would say negative whatever on it.
Negative on a gift card? You got to be kidding me. That's hilarious.
And you can probably still do that on certain restaurants. I'm not telling people to do it, but it's possible. I think it's not. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wait, that was it? You just got fired? That was it?
So I got fired, and 3 days later, they told me, the banks are here, blah, 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 talking to us. Do you want to come? And I was like, no, I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to show up. And he's like, because I showed 2 other people how to do it, and they all blamed me for teaching them how to do it. So I went downhill on that.
Oh, wow. So they all threw you under the bus. And
They all threw me under the bus, and that was
that's
it.
hilarious.
On that. I'm probably made $3-4 grand on that. And so I did that. That was kind of crazy.
Did you ever meet people face to face? Because I guess then you know Ecto, right? But then was the rest of it just online stuff?
Me and Ecto were just best friends from school, and it was just AOL scene. I even met a few people from AOL scene here, and I met them. And I made friends. I made a lot of friends there, man.
Nice, cool. So you met them in real life then after you met them online?
Yeah, I met Bart. I met him offline. He came with his family to a resort here, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be over there. I'll be there." I met Brandon. He's from Texas, and he came here too. I did meet somebody else that I did one time. There was another kid that was in the scene, very little in the scene. While I was in high school here, I went to his house and I saw that he had his 3 character that he had was Pete30. And while he was in the bathroom in his house, I changed the password to it. And I took that. I don't think he even ever, his handle was Gillette. I don't know why. There's a few people I met. That you wouldn't even expect people to be in the AOL scene here. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's true. It's a very, very niche scene. Cool. Is there anything else you remember from back then that you want to cover?
I bet you I'm gonna get off this phone line and then I'm gonna remember so many other things. If I don't. It's just I love your podcast, man. I love that you're doing this. It brings up other memories. I know, maybe I'm probably saying the same thing everybody else said, and I'm probably saying things here and there that people have done and they're way smarter than me that took this further than I did. But you piece it all together, and it feels like everybody had a part in this AOL scene. Everybody, it accumulated all together to what happened. I heard your story. Used to hear stories that the employees used to have a blast, dealing with us. It's so cool what you're doing, this podcast thing. I'm so glad you're doing it. If you put everybody, like I said, if you put everybody's things together, it all pieces everything together. It feels like you're online now, all together. I love it. I love this. I love to hear about this every day.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. And yeah, if anybody else wants to come on and tell their story, just email podcast@AOLunderground.com. Yeah, Spaz just contacted me and he's like, dude, I remember back then. I've got a bunch of stuff to tell. So I know that a lot of people appreciate just getting taken back, right? Hearing all the stories. So I pretty appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much again. And I hope to hear a lot more people just coming out with stuff. I love to hear it.
Hack the planet. Hack the planet.
If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email podcast@AOLunderground.com.
Welcome to cyberspace.